Hi guys, Gareth from Saps here, and in the following video I'll be discussing my first time seeing a spirit or a paranormal event. The video was originally uploaded to my own personal gaming channel, and remember guys, please enjoy the video and hit the subscribe button and check out our website and other social media accounts, and stay ghostly. Hi guys, what's going on? It's me, Gareth here, back with you with a new video today, and today guys we're going to be telling a bit of a story of what happened to me last night. So basically, for you guys who don't know, I do ghost investigations. Basically I go around and I look for ghosts with my friend Tom, and I was going to do a vlog, and this is where it gets a bit interesting. So we went over to this place called Mistley. You can research it down below. I'll leave a link to the Wikipedia page below. But it's a little town in the middle of Essex, near Manningtree, near Colchester, and it's kind of weird because the place itself is known for being haunted. There are two towers. It's long, really long story. I might as well just do a video on the actual place itself. But so the video I was going to record, I did two parts. I did the part where I just vlog all our stuff, all our equipment and everything before we set off, and I did parts when we set off. As soon as we got into Mistley and we started doing our investigation, my phone started to, when we're doing the EMF meters and the spirit box, when it was still daylight, this was about 8 o'clock, so it's still quite daylight in the UK, and I went to turn my phone and my battery was dead. Now, I charged that before I went out, what was quite interesting. But so that was the first kind of weird thing. My phone went dead. We were telling the spirits who use our spirit box to use as much energy as possible. Again, this could have been it. It could have been another thing. I've tried charging it today, but no luck. So I need to do something about that. But yeah. And then when it got really dark, it must have been around 12 or half 11, 12 o'clock at night. We went for dinner and we did that. But yeah, it was just really interesting because we went to this like new church, not the Two Towers, the church, and it was we basically got to the graveyard, and my friend Tom said, okay, he said take some photos, and what we'll do is we'll have a look at them after and see if there's any energy orbs or dust orbs. If they're dust orbs, and then nothing, but if they're energy orbs, and it is something. Now, normally in a graveyard, and because in England we haven't had rain over the last few days, except at night. Like last night, it was raining quite a bit. I wouldn't say it was raining quite a bit, but there was rain, so any dust really should have been gone because obviously rain eliminates dust. But again, you just never know. So we did pick up a lot of orbs in this particular graveyard, and then we went around the back of the church. So we went around the whole back of the church, and there was another graveyard. We had a look at this graveyard, and we didn't actually realise it was here. Like when we scouted the place earlier in the day, we didn't realise that it was there. But we went into this graveyard, and immediately as I walked through there, I got this really weird feeling. It felt like I was being watched, and Tom, our paranormal, our main guy who knows what he's doing, he actually said, yeah, he said, I do feel that too, and I was just like, oh wow, I think I've seen a ghost. And generally I felt like my hands were like shaking. I was actually cold. It wasn't as though it was a cold night. It was a really cold, like warm night. We had checked our temperatures and everything, and it was all like something like 14 degrees. So you shouldn't be shivering at that, but I was. My arms had goosebumps on, and I generally felt like I didn't feel good at all. And then we went over to we went over to the other side of this particular graveyard. It's quite a big one. It's like a memorial centre place, and the graveyard itself. Apparently, we read the information board. We got out our torch and read the information board, and it actually said that this place is known to be haunted. And we were like, oh wow, okay. So yeah, it was just really weird for me to have that feeling because, like I said, I felt like I was being watched. I've never had that feeling before, and before all of this, I've been kind of optimistic about ghosts and everything. You know, okay, I investigate them and everything, but I've never seen one before. Never had that feeling, and for me, it was a bit of a strange experience because it was, yeah, it was just really strange. And then we went round the front of the church again, and before we went on this investigation, we asked, or actually no, we watched this documentary by someone on YouTube about this place, and when he was in the towers of Mistley are 500 yards down the road from where we were. Okay, so we investigated the towers and went over to this new church. In the towers, you can actually access them. He went into the towers, this particular person, and he said he smelt perfume. What was quite strange, but we just rubbed it off. We were just like, yeah, you know, we might get a smell of perfume. It could just be someone. But when we actually went to the churchyard, when we were just standing there, just waiting to, you know, do our EF meters, there was a lot of smells, and one of them was a perfume smell. Exactly how he described. I've rewatched the video of him today, and um, yeah, it's quite strange because I feel like I don't know. I just generally feel like he was true, and I think the perfume is a massive example. Like it's very difficult and a very big coincidence to have perfume exactly. It smells. He described it exactly how we thought it was and how we smelt it. And I think for someone like me who always tries to think of a logical explanation, it was very very difficult for me to think of that. And I think personally, I think there was something there because the way I was feeling, the way the smell was, there was a lot of like odd smells, and there was no explanation for it at all. It was a clear night. There was no cooking around, even to the fact that actually, me and Tom couldn't find anywhere to eat. We had to go to a really fancy restaurant and eat, but there was no like fish and chip shops. It wasn't even like there was anything there, like if you know what I mean. Like there wasn't anything where you could have that smell coming from, but there was nowhere. It smelled like it was just really weird. But the footage I did get from the video, I went onto my phone today after I charged it, and the footage had corrupted all of a sudden. Um, so I don't know why that was, but again, that could be anything. But our spirit box, another thing we do as a spirit box, what we do is we ask the spirit or the energy, like our names, and now hopefully say our names. Now, Tom said to the spirit box, "Can you say my name, Tom, and Gareth's name?" And with these spirit boxes, they pick up a lot of radio signal. Okay, that's what they are. They pick up radio signals and stuff like that. But there was a lot of static and there was a lot of noises. Okay, so we were thinking originally we were like, oh yeah, it's just radio. But then I also pointed out to Tom when we were driving into Mistley, our radio signal on the car radio and yeah, our car radio and our phone signal both went down, um, and our 3G and 4G both went quite down to low. There was hardly any signal at all, and it's because Mistley is centered on a place on an estuary, so it's one of the reasons why there isn't any radio signal. So we were like, ah, right, okay, there's no radio signal. Well, there shouldn't be picking up radio signal because it's quite weak around here, and you'd have to have quite a high-powered radio to be able to pick it up. And then we heard the name Gary. Now, people who don't know my name is Gareth, so Gareth, kind of sounds similar, but we almost sure we've heard that name. We were recording it. I was going to put the footage and the voiceovers in this video, but my friend still hasn't produced it and edited out things and stuff. But it's very interesting because we were thinking to ourselves, this could be a bit interesting. But unfortunately, no. It, but some of it was radio waves, but not all of it. We did hear our names a few times, and we did hear the name Mistley when we asked it what village we were in. But Mistley itself is a village famous for the witch hunter general. Of people who don't know British history, back in the 15th and 14th century, like old women were hunted down because they were witches apparently. Around this time, now the witch hunter general was meant to be buried in the centre of Mistley, and his ghost is meant to lurk around there. We asked the spirit who we were in contact with, who was the um, you know who was it, like what was your name, and we heard the name Matthew. Now Matthew Hopkins is the bloke, the witch hunter general, what means effectively he is the ghost person. But again, we've still got to go over the footage and we still got to have a look. But yeah, again, the point of this video was just to tell you my really weird feeling, and I would say I've seen a ghost, but I don't know. It was just a really really strange feeling of like I felt like I was freezing cold, but I shouldn't have been because it was really warm. And I had my jacket on too. I had like a jumper on, I had a t-shirt on, I had my coat on, and I was really cold. And I felt like I was being watched, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to be there. And unfortunately, yeah, that was it. And like I said, it was very very scary, and something I don't really want to do again. But it was a very very interesting experience. So a little story for you there, guys. sorry if it's a bit odd, but yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy that though. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you do hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below on what was your, have you ever seen a ghost before? Like any experiencing paranormal activity? Because it'd be interesting to see some of your guys' stuff, and I'll leave a link down to our YouTube channel below. And I'll see you guys later, and have an awesome day.